Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the 11th Forging Innovation in Rural Education Summit ignited in Pikeville.
And Perry County ranks #1 in the state for deadly crashes related to people not wearing seatbelts.
Plus, yesterday we learned Eric C. Kahn wants out of prison. He did file a handwritten motion earlier this month.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:32 on October 24th. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning on this Friday Eve.
Well, Friday Eve, we've almost made it to the weekend. We're getting there, and it's pretty good weather.
Yes, it's beautiful weather. It's my favorite weather.
Well, let's go to Brandon Robinson. I know it's his favorite weather.
I can see the weekend. It's that close. But yeah, not quite yet. But here's the thing. It's chilly this morning, and there's some frost, especially down in parts of southern and southeastern Kentucky, so be aware of that. Frost advisory continues until 9 o'clock this morning for basically most of the area. It's very widespread. I-75 in Lake Cumberland got added a little bit before 5 this morning, so again, there we're seeing temperatures in the 30s from Hazard all the way back down toward Monticello. 50, the warm spot over there at the Lonesome Pine Airport in Wise. Temperatures across the state, 35 Tri-Cities, 46 in Lexington, 51 in Paducah, 41 in Bowling Green. Weather app forecast, you can download that for free in both app stores. Temperatures will climb quickly with sunshine, getting up close to 70 by later today. Some changes are on the way. We'll talk more about those in just a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, it's a grim statistic, and Perry County ranks #1, leading the state for deadly crashes related to people not wearing seatbelts.
It's an easy fix. WYMT's Connor James talked with Kentucky State Police about how to reduce those numbers.
In 2016 and 2017, the numbers were staggering.
Every fatality that occurred in Perry County, all those victims were unbelted.
In 2018, that number dropped to 80%. And so far this year,
12 of those being fatal, and 9 of those fatal victims were unbelted. So 75% so far this year, with still with a couple of months to go.
It's about 75%, and there are still a couple months left.
So why should you wear your seatbelt? Seems like an easy answer to an easy question. Well, people still apparently don't get it. I mean, it's easy. All you really have to do is take this and just buckle it in. Perry County ranked as the worst county in Kentucky when it comes to fatal crashes in correlation with people not wearing their seatbelts. So the only way we're going to change that is if people buckle up. So whether it's you or your passenger, all you have to do is buckle up, and you can bring that number down and help save lives.
It's very cost friendly. You have $0 you have to put to have a seatbelt in your car. They come equipped from the manufacturer.
Trooper Jody Sims says it is a simple task that should be one of the first things you do.
Drastically drops your percentages of being seriously injured or killed in a crash if you just buckle up.
The goal is to get those numbers down for the rest of the year and for 2020. And the fix, well, it's simple.
That was our very talented Connor James reporting. Kentucky State Police and various other law enforcement agencies and transportation officials met on Tuesday to discuss ways to fight the problem.
Well, this week is National Driver Safety Week, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says wrecks are the leading cause of death for teens ages 15 to 18. Johnson Central High School started offering a driver ed course this year, trying to help students learn driving techniques and how to stay safe on the roadways.
We offered driver's ed previously in the past, and it was really something that our new administration wanted to try to do, just an effort to try to make our students as prepared as possible when they take on the big responsibility of driving on the roads as a licensed driver.
Well, over the past 3 years, there were more than 42,000 crashes involving teen drivers in Kentucky. School officials say this is a course they will continue in the future.
Well, the 11th Forging Innovation in Rural Education, or FIRE Summit, ignited in Pikeville yesterday. The Kentucky Valley Educational Cooperative, or KVEC, aims to bring education and innovation together through the summit, bringing educators and students from 23 districts to the Appalachian Wireless Arena to discuss ongoing projects and recently acquired grants that aim to create a better educational environment. That is what Floyd County teacher Megan Huffman's grant is all about, helping her differently abled students.
I'm working with my middle school kids on how to help them build work experience and social skills. So I'm doing a coffee cart with them.
While she is passionate about the student-led coffee cart project, she says the summit has sparked more ideas for the future. Speakers will come back to the arena in April for a follow-up summit where they will discuss how their projects serve the schools.
And a Kentucky lawmaker from Louisville wants to give students easier access to mental health resources. State Senator Denise Harper Angel pre-filed a bill that would require the numbers for a suicide prevention hotline, a domestic violence hotline, and a sexual assault hotline to be on student IDs. This would be for students from 6th grade to seniors in high school. College IDs would also be affected. And the lawmaker says making these numbers available would help students know they are not alone and help is there for them.
Well, spreading a powerful message.
With October being National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, Women at Hope of the Mountains in Floyd County decided to share their experiences in hope of changing people's lives.
WYMT's Lauren McCourt explains.
What looks like a small project
The colors on the shirts have different meanings.
brings a powerful message.
People just kind of keep these things kind of hush-hush.
Domestic violence is a tough subject to discuss, but Women at Hope in the Mountains found a way to share their experience through a simple t-shirt.
It kind of gives you a little idea of their experiences with it and them overcoming the situations.
With each word and color representing different types of abuse.
A client of ours had lost her mother to a domestic violence situation in which she was a witness.
These women want their community to be aware that domestic violence can happen anywhere.
They're made for the public to kind of view and get an understanding that this is real and this happens in our community.
But at the same time, bring hope to those who may have been in similar situations.
And just for someone to be able to say that out loud, that was real, that can touch someone else.
Unable to change the past.
Seeing hope come back into someone's eyes is one of the most beautiful things you'll ever experience.
Changing our outlook can help brighten our futures. In Prestonsburg, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Now the shirts will stay up in downtown Prestonsburg until tomorrow evening.
And in Breathitt County, a grand jury indicted the judge executive for the second time in recent months. This is a booking photo of Jeff Noble from August. He faces official misconduct, abuse of public trust, and theft charges. He's accused of using county money to put diesel fuel in his personal truck. In a separate case, Noble faces charges for allegedly buying lumber with county money for personal use.
A man convicted of raping and murdering a 7-year-old girl has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Timothy Madden pled guilty to killing Gabby Doolin back in 25 and entered an Alford plea to rape and sodomy charges. She was found dead 30 minutes after being reported missing at an Allen County Scottsville youth football game. During yesterday's sentencing, the judge had the families of both Doolin and Madden separated after an outburst in court.
And in Breathitt County, state troopers arrested 2 people accused of trafficking drugs. State police say they searched a home in the Jetts Creek community last week. They found 57 pounds of suspected marijuana along with pills, weapons, and cash. Police arrested Anthony Johnson and Brittany Miller. Both are charged with trafficking marijuana.
Well, the opioid crisis continues to take its toll. Sometimes Postal Service officials have to get involved.
That happened recently in Laurel County, and WYMT's Lacey Roberts explains.
Patrolling through the streets of eastern Kentucky is just one way to stop crime.
The information that we get from the individual always helps, and sometimes it's firsthand information and sometimes it's just that it was suspicious.
Investigators using each and every tip they receive.
We received some information of a suspicious package that was going to be shipped from London.
And in this case, that information led to an arrest. This is Eddie Farley, charged with trafficking a controlled substance out of state.
The package had an undetermined amount of hydrocodone in it.
But when that information does not come in, the Postal Inspection Service is always watching.
The Inspection Service made over 2,000 narcotics arrests and removed over 96,000 pounds of illegal drugs from the mail stream.
Working with the U.S. Attorney's Office and local law enforcement.
And they seized over $17 million of funds that were sent to the mail.
But now, more help is on the way.
We have a cyber and analytics unit to enhance our investigative techniques and analytics to better forecast and target international parcels and then also parcels sent through the mail.
Letting you know drug trafficking in Eastern Kentucky will not be tolerated. In London, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, officials from the Laurel County say they have not had many instances of drug trafficking through the mail.
Eric C. Kahn is trying to get out of prison. On Tuesday, we learned Kahn hand-wrote a motion claiming he was ineffectively advised in court to plead guilty to escape. Kahn was sentenced to 27 years last September for one of the largest cases of fraud in U.S. history and fleeing abroad to avoid prosecution. He disappeared for 6 months and was later captured at a Pizza Hut in Honduras. Kahn claims in his motion that the escape charge was not relevant as he was not technically in custody.
The chances of that this motion actually be granted are less than zero. You know, if this motion gets granted, I will personally resign from the Bar Association, apologize to Eric Kahn, and I'll move to Honduras. It's not getting granted. It's just bizarre and almost comical.
Well, several hundred of Kahn's former clients are getting their benefits reinstated thanks to a court order, but many are still waiting.
And a man is accused of selling donuts for a school but keeping the money. Deputies in Harlan County arrested Oscar Whitehead. They say he took money from several people in the county. He also had warrants for theft by deception, being a persistent felony offender, and a probation violation. Bell County deputies say they are looking into a similar scam, but at this point, Whitehead is only charged in Harlan County.
Chilly start to the morning as the frost advisory continues across the region. A couple of ridges there in the 40s. Wise, the warm spot at 50 this morning. A little extra on the coffee meter as you head out the door. Speaking of which, the out the door forecast features, again, some warming conditions after this morning as we get close to 70 this afternoon with lots of sunshine. Enjoy it. This will be the last kind of a warmer day we have for a little while, especially in the next 7. Guys?
All righty. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
Coming up straight ahead, as winter is right around the corner, one Lincoln County man is asking his community to step forward to help those who struggle to stay warm.